go to the key elements that you need to keep in mind. Is you are in this phase, you need to provide as much training and follow-up as possible. For sure, you need to share the appropriate material with the new recruit that is working with you, company materials, product materials, business opportunity, so they can present themselves properly into the field. Definitely the compensation plan and how to follow the career path every single time you have on a conversation. It is absolutely important, and absolutely it's important that the new recruit digest all the different points that they need to tune in order to move ahead in this process. Then we jump into the business opportunity because they need to present the portfolio, of course, after they present properly the company. And finally, the business opportunity depends on the audience. So there are the three key elements that need to present at the beginning when you have this new enrollment on the education phase. There are different methods that you need to use. I think the first one is how to qualify properly your new recruit, just in order to understand they are moving ahead properly and make sense all the effort and energy that need to put in there. So that's very crucial, that in every single step you can create a checklist and you know that they're moving ahead, so you are not wasting your time for sure. The other one is to have an education pathway. Maybe the company has it, just to be sure that the new recruit is following up. Otherwise, you need to create that for you. Is what you want for this person and how to succeed in the different phases. And that pathway is very important in order to understand they're digesting all the lessons that they need. In terms of technology, there are a few important technologies. The most important one is the LMS, Learning Management System. So you consistently can provide the appropriate tools for them. Maybe your company has one, for sure that's the most important way. Otherwise, there are a lot of different tools out there. Moodle is the number one system around in the world to accomplish that, because you can provide content and you can then evaluate and have a pathway in order that you be sure you are learning the appropriate skills during the process. There are other online tools like Talent LMS, Teachable, and so on. You just research in Google and there's tons of good products in there. In AI world, there is XOR, which is we already mentioned in this recruitment process. It's a very nice tool. Mia is another one. We will share the links in the comments of this video. And Conversica is another one that you can use just to improve your process in the training and follow-up. I think at S4DS we have been working for a long time in this, and training requires, I think, different methods. And in order to be more successful in this conversation, one is the LMS for sure. We integrate Moodle into S4DS, single sign-on. The UI is transparent, so you are not jumping out of your website. You are always in your website, just consuming the right content, consuming the right lessons, evaluations, and so on. So that's a very nice way to do it. But this is a more structure, and for, I think, different contents that you can provide in there. We will share the link about training that we already shared with you before, and it's absolutely awesome. The second one is you need to provide content, files to share. That's another way to learn. So those files is required to be shared, depends on the role, depends on the level of the person, so you can be sure that you are consuming the appropriate content in the appropriate timing. And you can reshare those files to the different methods. It could be WhatsApp, SMS, email, social media, and so on. The third one that we really love is checklists. When you provide checklists in every single step of your process, when you are going to do your first demo and you have a checklist to accomplish that before to go to the meeting, on the meeting, after the meeting. That's another way, because you are teaching using the examples when you need it. It's not something that you learned a couple months ago and you forgot it in the appropriate moment. It's something that you're doing in the appropriate moment. The second point is when you are, enrolling someone in that form, the system can create a checklist as, please provide this information, be sure that the person agree on this, on this, and this, be sure that you are asking for these documents and this process before you start fulfilling the form, just an example. Or when you are in an order and this is your first orders, be sure that you already present the catalog properly. You already provide you this information and this information, pricing, special price and offers for the month or something like that. So you can be sure that the new enroll are really using it, the practices that the company expects, and you as her or his leader are doing it the right way. And finally, we use a lot of online helps. It means that when you are struggling in a step as a vendor, as someone that is trying to sell the products, you can be sure that you can learn or read the specific details that for any reason you forgot. So it is quite simple to do it, so you continue being the expert that the customer is expecting or the possible new recruit is expecting. So that's pretty much all the different topics that you can use in this phase. It is crucial for be successful in the future of the business. So be sure that you share this kind of information and you use all these key practices, methods, technology, and this example, how we do it in S4DS. Hope you enjoy it.